Your introduction to us, you are. Go ahead and do that right now.
Hi, this is Rose Colombo, and I am the radio host of Rose Colombo and the Justice Club, as well as the author of Fight Back Legal Abuse and Obamacare Dinosaurs, Rednecks, and Radicals that you can view on Amazon.com, 5-star reviews featured around the world.
Right.
Hello, Mark. How are you?
Oh, very good. I just want to let you know we had two of my World War II veterans who I have on Facebook. Their accounts were blocked, seized, and they were, they're not in Facebook jail. They actually shut them down off of Facebook completely, so they're not in Facebook jail. Their accounts have been frozen completely, and these are two World War II veterans, and I have the video to prove it today. From this is back in 2013, and the veterans that we had on, we interviewed them. You can't find them on Facebook. You cannot do it anymore. If you look, they said the accounts is longer. They don't exist anymore.
Well, it's really interesting because it's been a long time attack against our veterans since 2009.
Right.
And as we have seen them even arrested at the World War II Memorial under this
regime
in Washington, D.C., 90-year-old veterans who probably saved their earnings to get there and to be together with other veterans at that moment. And then some were in wheelchairs, and they were arrested, which is shameful in the United States of America for United States Congress to even allow that to happen. And so it does appear that there is a attack on our veterans, and my father and my uncles and my family members have all been in the military and friends, and they're veterans and also serving as well, some younger ones. And so this is a deep concern of mine that the people who saved our country from communism are now watching the Communist Party USA and the Socialist Party and the Muslim Brotherhood creep into our country through open borders, being flown in, taking buses, walking across, and taking the bus on in, and a U.S. president saying that they are one of us, when in fact there are existing laws on the books that say illegal immigration is a crime, harboring illegals in sanctuary cities is a crime, and hiring illegals is a crime. So they are not one of us, they are one of them. Those who support illegal immigration and violating constitutional laws, immigration laws, and international border laws. So these great men, these veterans, these great American patriots are under attack right now. Well, they are also witnessing in their later years, baby boomer years, senior years, elderly years, wherever they're at this point, as well as our younger military soldiers, witnessing them being treated, the veterans, so they're seeing their future very poorly by the veterans hospitals, and they're on long waiting lists. It's very hard for them to get appointments. And there was a recent case where the veteran was left in a parking lot, and the veteran staff refused to help him into the hospital. So there's many, many cases like this that prove that our veterans are now being disrespected, as well as our fallen soldiers and our fallen law enforcement. Now, I know there's bad apples in law enforcement, but the majority are not, and it doesn't matter if you are on one side or the other. The fact of the matter is that a U.S. president or his appointees or Congress need to represent the American people, a veteran and a law enforcement person that has risked their lives to save our country from tyranny and from crime and from an invasion by millions of illegals coming into our country, which under our Constitution, by by the way, is an act of war against America and the American people. So what we have done in America is we have voted for people who are draft dodgers, who've fled to communist countries for refuge. Heaven only knows if they made a deal with them, who have accepted communist donations, foreign enemy country donations, who never served in the military. I think that should be a requirement for a U.S. president, that he serves in the United States military honorably. Even if he was discharged honorably, that's okay. And also make it transparent, where it is mandated and binding that they must attach a U.S. certified long-form birth certificate to their application, and it applies to incumbents as well, and it's retroactive, where any public servant from the president on down must do so, or else the application is rejected and they are not allowed to move forward or accept any public office.
Well,
that should be one of the first things that Americans should do, and they should make it stricter for a U.S. president to be qualified and amended so that they do have to have served in the military honorably. They do have to produce their certified long-form U.S. birth certificate. They do have to provide their selected service records and all of their credentials, including their background. And they should never, ever, and should be prohibited from concealing any records from the FBI, from the Congress, from the Senate, and from we the people.
Right. Well, we
the people pay their wages, and therefore this will help prevent what is happening to our country. It can't stop it now, but in the future it can help prevent what is happening to our country today.
Right.